Hey guys, Aries here. Gonna switch it to the in-game LOL screen, maybe? Yeah, okay, cool, it works. Okay, so I'm going over a normal game that I played a little while ago, just to really illustrate the sense of standard play. I made a video, about a 16-minute video, going over one of Dyrus's games, just showing that all you need to do is play safe and farm. Hopefully that wasn't too boring, just to say, look how boring this player's playing, they're not doing anything exciting, but look, they're farming, that's cool, it's boring, it's PvE, blah blah blah. But hopefully you get the idea. Hopefully, you know, that's not too boring, and hopefully this is a little bit more exciting. So, I am playing Caitlyn. This is the first Caitlyn game that I am playing since she was changed. It was more of a thing to test out the changes to her headshot. And obviously, Caitlyn Bard is a pretty decent lane because Bard likes to roam and Caitlyn's a safe lane. So I like to do that. In terms of the top lane, going into this game, I expected our top lane to basically feed. Just because there aren't a lot of top lane Zacs out there, and obviously Xin Zhao is a pretty aggro early game champion, and I'm not really going to talk on the early game. It was a little bit of a cheese, and Zac isn't really known for his early game aggression outside of his early game sort of extreme distance gank potential. But yeah, so we have Lee Sin into Kha'Zix, and you know, Kha'Zix is pretty crappy right now, just because it's tank meta, just because they nerfed him kind of out of that assassin role, so he's more of a fighter. But obviously, Lee Sin basically does everything that Kha'Zix does, but a little bit stronger. Obviously, you need to know the champions and play to their strengths, but in terms of overall who does their job better, I would give that to Lee Sin, at least 5.11, 5.10. Lux vs. Heimer is a tough lane for Lux, just because Heimerdinger can push in using less mana, but as long as Lux can clear and manage properly, once she gets her Athenes with blue buff, she should be able to clear just fine. Bot lane is a mirror matchup kind of in ADCs, but the supports, I would honestly give it to Soraka. Permitted Soraka is able to dodge the Astral Binding. I dropped my pen. Whatever it's called. Cosmic Binding. I knew it was something spatial, or astronomical, but yeah, so as long as Soraka doesn't get poked out like that, I would give the lane to Soraka because her Q outranges Bard a little bit. Her Q, if used properly, is able to zone us out pretty crazily, and it's able to give her back enough HP to heal Caitlyn. So, you know, it's basically just a farm lane, but I would give it to the Soraka lane over the Bard lane. Obviously, Bard is not played for his laning phase, he's played for his roaming and his ganking. So, yeah. So, yeah, so I'm just going to go to what we see, or what I saw. So at that point in time, I wasn't really here to get a lot of kills. Whenever I see something like this, my job, the best thing that you can hope to do, and obviously this is going back from the overplaying, you should never be able to kill somebody who has both of their summoners level 1. Ever. They should never allow you to kill them like that because they understand that kills like that early on in the game are very bad and can end up snowballing the game for the enemy team. So if you're playing against an intelligent opponent, they should never allow that to happen. So the best you can hope to do, and the best you should hope to do, is get some sort of surprise factor onto your opponents and get them to burn summoners. Once they get summoners, you should be happy with that advantage, and then back off without doing any more overplaying and any more aggression unnecessarily, where you end up risking dying. So yeah, so at this point in time, we should have just backed off, and that's also why I'm staying pretty far back. I'm making sure that I have enough room to get out with, you know, maybe using a heal. I don't want to have to use both my summoners because that makes this trade unnecessary. So I'm just trying to keep them alive and just trying to poke from inside the brush as much as I can. Now he sees that top, so we can't really do too much because there is the potential for a 5v4. But this is the kill. I'm not sure why Bard ended up flashing. That was really weird. And again, overplay. Flashing forward for something like that, you're not going to end up doing or getting a kill for anything like that, especially when the Ignite went off. You're not going to get that kill. You don't need this kill. This kill's already secured. You're not going to kill Soraka. She has the shield and the binding's not going to stun her. So flash forward, overplay, that's risky, that doesn't benefit anything at all. We got the kill here, we should have backed off. Obvious, we profited from our aggression. It was an overplay. They should not have allowed us to do that. We ended up not being super punished for it. We should just back off and take whatever profit we can and try to snowball that advantage. But Bard ends up dying a lot, ends up burning his heal again. Soraka had 250-ish HP. Ignite only deals 90 damage level 1. 70 damage. 70 damage, base damage that increases by 20 damage every level. So it only deals 70 damage. That's even worse. 70 damage level 1 plus this crazy shield, the Aegis of whatever it's called, or the Solari shield thing. You're not going to be killing the Soraka under tower. It's just not going to happen. You back off and you take profit. So at this, again, I'm staying really far back just so that Lee's able to get out at a reasonable pace. So I see this, I know I have to get out. So I know that his abilities are down. I'm going to try and do some stuff on him. But overall, I see that Lee's dead. He ends up killing Caitlyn, but he dies, and I have to get back. They know that I'm there. So I see him, I'm going to wait for him to dash to me, and then I'm just going to flash out. I'm going to keep running back because I know that he's going to have to get top lane to catch that wave. So, again, it was overstaying, it was even more of an overplay, just an extremely huge overplay that we really didn't benefit from. We ended up getting 2 kills plus 2 assists, they ended up getting 2 kills and 3 assists. And their mid laner's earlier to his lane, and my laning opponent's probably going to be earlier to the lane. So, it wasn't a win for us. Like, okay, yeah, we got first blood, that was pretty good. But overall, we had to burn a bunch of summoners, we had to waste a lot of time, we ended up trading a couple of kills. Overall, it's not a good, it's not as big as it could have been if we just ended up killing, Kazakhstan back in. So we ended up doing that. I know that I actually can't recall right now because I would be at too much of a disadvantage by recalling and coming back to lane, so I just can't do that. And even staying like this is an overplay. This is a very small overplay because I should not be allowed to be at half HP level 1 in a lane against, 2 opponents. But I end up autoing as much as I can, and I just try to farm up as safely as I can. So at this point, I'm trying to maximize my range, and I know at this point in time, and Bard also knows that, which is really good, that Caitlyn's going to want to get this CS. It's early on in the game, it would double her CS, and at the very least, she's going to want to get this CS. So Bard runs forward as Caitlyn runs in, or wants to run in, so Caitlyn runs back. If she autos Bard, that's fine. 1 auto deals 70 damage. Yeah, after armor, 1 auto deals around 70 damage. That means Bard can be autoed twice. Or I guess it's, yeah, Bard can be autoed twice for missing a melee minion. Bard can be autoed once to miss a minion. That's a fine trade. It's 70 HP for half a health potion's worth of gold. So that's an efficient trade. So I go for that. I see that my head shuts up, so I try to run forward a little bit. Caitlyn gets that for free, so that's not that great, but Bard was going to draw minion aggro, so that's fine. We hit level 2 first, and immediately what I do is I run forward, try to pressure Caitlyn into missing some more farm. I'm level 2, she's level 1. She has about 100 HP more than me right now, but that's fine. Level 2, I end up getting my Q. I open trap on Caitlyn. You should open trap on Caitlyn. It allows you to zone out. If you notice, wherever Caitlyn tries to stand to CS, I end up trapping that to make her move, which applies lane pressure. I also ran forward. It forced the trinket. That's lane pressure. It also keeps her back like this. More lane pressure, and she might end up losing, this minion, maybe another minion, but she ends up losing a minion here. And now it's 8-1. So we already have a farm advantage. So we have a very tangible advantage at this point. I end up autoing the ward once, because obviously if a ward goes down, just try to kill it if you can for free. Caitlyn hits level 2, but it's 2-on-1, so we're facing her right now. I'm running this way to try and bait the Q this way, so I run back. I miss it, but she'll end up Qing the minion. So it's actually a pretty bad position for me. I should have run immediately down to try and get the Q this way so it doesn't hit the minion. But Bard runs in, so he's going to try and go this way to get her into the brush, so I should also have run down this way. so that she still looks at me, so that it can be a better, like, just geometry for the wall. But she runs away. I run in, so I'm trying to loop forward to secure this minion while zoning her out of this one, but honestly this is bad positioning by me because I'm lining myself up for this minion for her Q. So that's not good. But again, at this point I'm freezing. I'm just freezing the lane because she can't press forward. When I'm freezing, I'm making sure that these minions are attacking my minions for as long as possible, without allowing my wave to get in range of Caitlyn to auto-attack them. So this means she might lose 1 or 2 extra minions per wave just because I'm freezing. So if you ever have a laning advantage like this early on, you want to freeze the wave. So again, I'm freezing, I'm applying pressure. She ends up queuing this way, doesn't hit Bard, and she'll miss this creep. So now I have to be careful because it's a big wave approaching, so she'll actually end up getting this. One, she's going to auto this, she's already locked into the auto attack. I run forward and I auto her with a headshot. Bam, I win the trade, even after she nets me. But, and now, I may have, yeah, so she had to burn through a potion already. So I already made her burn through a potion. I haven't had to use my potion yet because I've been auto-attacking for the Door and Blade lifesteal. So I'm already a potion up on Caitlyn. So, and also I want to make it a little bit apparent that she's been using her Q to try and farm a little bit, which means that she had to invest in a mana potion, which is more gold for me. It's an effective 35 CS, or 35 gold lead I have on her, because I don't need to spend that money into the mana potion. So I know that this is warded, so I just back off, try to get the auto attack for the headshot, so I get more headshots. The more headshots I get, the more I can benefit the lifesteal off of the Door and Blade. Cool, cool, cool. So we know that Soraka's back. Soraka's level 1, Caitlyn's level 2. I should be able to auto enough to catch up to her health. She's at 349 health, I'm at 329 health, so we're, you know, pretty good. So I go for this farm, she's going to headshot this minion, ends up queuing, tries to hit me, I sidestep it. This is also pushing, trying to push the wave back into more of a freeze in the mid lane because she doesn't want Caitlyn Bard forcing, you know, this big siege that Caitlyn is really good at early on. So again, I'm going for farm. I'm just playing standard. I'm not getting super aggressive trying to auto them and make them trade and all that crap because that's an overplay. I know that Caitlyn's going to want these, you know, these two creep, and I know that I can punish her for going for these because there's a big minion wave. And if she autos these, she can't be autoing me, so I can auto her and win out on that. So I lay the trap and I auto this minion. Cool. Likewise, she's going to want to kill the cannon. And I'm just freezing. I missed the cannon. I'm really, really bad. Goes. She ends up queuing for it, and again, I'm not autoing her, but I'm making sure that she needs to use mana to clear this wave. So I end up trading back for it. I didn't actually end up hitting her, but that was, again, I could use the odd one because I am fairly full mana. I end up picking that up after it matures, so I get more HP. And now we're basically winning the lane. Almost doubled her CS. At this point in time, I remember playing the game. I didn't actually hit tab to see what the kill and assist sort of stuff was at, because I didn't think it was that important. I honestly didn't realize that Caitlyn got any kills, so I thought I was up at least 1 assist. So I didn't realize that she ended up getting the kill, but you know, even the longsword isn't that much of a deal at this point. So she ends up autoing me and queuing me for free. That was really bad, obviously not worth the trap. And again, I'm just trying to get as much auto-attacking off to benefit the lifesteal. I end up using my potion right now, so that's fine. And what I'm doing here is trying to line it up so that if I queue these 3 minions, I have the potential of hitting Caitlyn. This is what you also do as Lucian with your Q. So here, I end up pushing the wave. I want to push it to tower. Yeah, just because I want to go and ward river. So at this point, I shouldn't need to ward river because I see Kha'Zix is top. So, you know, it's going to be more than a minute for him to get down to this brush. So you don't need to ward this brush, especially when mid is still there. Okay. And again, I'm just farming. You saw Caitlyn, you know, placed a trap and she wants to auto-attack this minion. Where's she going to auto it from? Well, looking at Caitlyn's range, her range is about that. You know, she's going to want to, since she was just standing here and she stopped, if she would have auto-attacked, I would have gotten the trap. So it forces her back, cancels the auto, and she loses the creep. This is why you start trap on Caitlyn. You do this level 1 and it gets really annoying for her. This minion I can't really pressure a lot, I can try to get an auto attack, which I do. I trade auto for auto, and then I lose that CS. So that's why it's a little bit riskier. She goes for that one, I go for that one. We both miss. I actually ended up getting it. Cool. And they're going really aggressive on Bard. So Bard went a little bit too far forward here, which is fine, I guess. He is full mana, so he could be tossing out more Qs, I'm not really sure. Or even more Ws. I'm not sure why he's holding his mana for all of that. But, you know, it's fine. I have Headshot. I didn't use it on Kate, but that's fine. And now she's going to auto Q. So I saw that she autoed it. It didn't die. She's going to want to auto it again, so I place a trap right where she's standing. This makes her get trapped, and it's a little bit of a better trade for this creep. It also applies pressure, gets her back. Maybe I can land an auto Q. Maybe Bard can land binding, something like that. And yeah, so again, it's just farming and making proper trades. I auto her when she goes for this creep. I end up getting that creep. She goes for that. I try to auto. I run a little bit too far forward, got a little bit cock-blocked by minions, and just trying to trade as Bard is trading with Soraka. I end up going on pretty heavy on Soraka since she's focused on getting back. End up trying to trap, makes her run a little bit closer that way. And I ended up using all my mana. But again, that was a little bit of an overplay because I was in range of both Caitlyn and Soraka. So that was bad positioning by me. But I ended up saving Bard for a little bit. Now my heal's about to come up. They actually ended up using their heal. I'm not sure if I timed it. If not, I should be timing it. But I don't think I was taking it super seriously because it was a normal game. And they're just trying to get the two autos, or two turret shots, one auto attack to kill that minion. And at this point in time, I need to recall. I don't really see Kha'Zix. I know he ended up getting low or dying early on. He ended up getting low, so I had to go back. I don't know where he is. So, you know, that's kind of scary for us. So I ended up just recalling. I don't know if that was me or Bard, but I ended up going back. Because this is risky. They can dive it. And I was like, you know what? I should be going back soon. I'm really low. I end up trapping where Kate's standing so she can't do this wraparound autos that Caitlyn likes to do. And I just recall. It's way too risky for me to stay here. I just need to back off. So I go back. I end up buying pickaxe? Yeah, pickaxe, potions, mana potion. Obviously, whenever you recall, leave base with 2 potions and a ward. I ended up leaving base with, I think, 3 health potions and 1 mana potion, which is fine to do in the early laning phase. I don't typically like getting mana potions, but if I'm trapping a lot, you know, you can still do it, or if I feel like I'm ahead enough, I can do it. So because I had to recall like that, I had to end up giving up my creep lead, but hopefully I can get that now as Caitlyn has to recall. Now, a lot of this also comes down to support's ability to pressure, but considering Bard does not have as much lane pressure as a Soraka, which is actually kind of insane to think about, he only has 1 offensive ability in lane, which is his Q, whereas Soraka has 2, and she has her heal. So Soraka actually beats out Bard, as I said in the loading screen. Due to that, I am actually not doing that bad in terms of creep. So, yeah. Hopefully it's not that annoying to hear my dog bark like that, but I'm going to try skipping past the laning phase a little bit. Hopefully you get it by now. And again, I'm just trying to freeze it, just to try and get as much farm as possible. She has Vamp Scepter to my pickaxe. She actually ended up getting boots, which doesn't do anything against Caitlyn. It dodges my Q, she can get away from my net, she can maybe dodge a trap, but overall it doesn't do that much. So I ended up running into that, but that obviously, like, it doesn't really matter because of the Doranblade. So this was bad for me. Whenever you see something like this, you just yell at both players and you call them bad. If Caitlyn's running back, why am I running back? If Caitlyn runs back, she's afraid of me. If Caitlyn's afraid of me, and Bard, like she's afraid of my team, why am I running away? Like, this doesn't make any sense. She's running back, she doesn't have any help in the area, or she's baiting, which obviously is something to keep in mind. We don't have vision of the area, even though, you know, Bard just kind of ran past that, and I think he has his trinket up. Ward the tri-brush. So, she's running back. I shouldn't be clicking behind me. I should be clicking into her, trying to get some auto attacks off as she's running away, or make her burn her net. So this was just really bad. I immediately see that and try running back over, but I did this like stupid U-shape. She runs in because she saw that I ran away to get the 1v1 on Bard. Bard ends up auto Q for the slow. She ends up netting and queuing. I get an auto attack off. I have my headshot. She does not have her headshot. Soraka's in the brush. Ends up getting the Q, but I could have got like 2 extra auto attacks off on that and then end up queuing, forcing her net or something like that. So she's aiming for me. It's going this way. And I'm just trying to get away. I should have been able to dodge that. That was a nice W by Bard. End up getting back. Took a bunch of damage there, had to burn a potion. She ended up using a mana potion. I ended up hitting a trap. At this point in time, I honestly thought that that was my trap. It is a little bit weird if you're a Caitlyn versus Caitlyn lane and it's dual traps. I take a bunch of damage here. So this is bad. That was just bad positioning by me. And I'm relatively low, but I have potions to burn through. And then you just go back to your standard laning phase. And again, I'm not trying to do any fancy 2v2 sort of thing where we win, because we actually don't win the lane. Bard does not win lane. Bard wins mid lane. End up pushing that in. And I want to run back a little bit right now, wait for the potion to go. I want to go and ward a little bit. Obviously, don't push past the river if you don't have vision. So, you know, I end up doing that. I end up sidestepping this, waiting for it to mature to get the full heal amount out of it. But I end up warding because I don't want to get caught. Wait for the wave to reset. End up cancelling an auto. She ends up cancelling an auto. Ended up trapping. I did not. End up catching or grabbing that for while it matures. And now we just go back to farming. So at this point in time, I do have the stat advantage. She does end up winning trades because of the extra vamp. But if I can still punish her for it, that's fine. But I guess I saw the wave pushing into me, so I thought if we were to fight, I would end up losing that because of minion advantage. So I auto that, bam, 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 and it's still staying really even in terms of farm. Ends up using a lot of mana for that, but again, I'm also using more mana now for the traps and everything like that. End up burning through all of my potions, and she still has 2 mana potions. I think she ended up buying 5 mana potions, boots, and her Vamp Scepter, which is a terrible build. I do not recommend getting that on anybody. That's just really, really bad. So overall, even though she has maybe 200 more gold than me, yeah, 200 more gold, I actually have more effective gold than her because I haven't been investing in all those potions. So I've been using, and I didn't open boots, I didn't open Vamp, so I'm going to hit Infinity Edge much earlier than her, and I'm just making a more useful or efficient use of my gold. So that's still, you know, perfectly fine. Even in gold, down a kill, but I'm making more efficient uses of that. All of that early kill gold for Caitlyn ended up going into potions, so I'm actually winning out on that. Okay, so this is where a neat little fight comes in, and this is why it's good to play standard, because when help comes, it's not like they're up 3 kills. So yeah. So I got silenced, he picked up a kill, that's an assist for me. That's an extra 75-ish gold. I see Bard is low. We're all level 6, so I'm just going to be farming now. I'm going to be pushing this wave up, I'm going to be clearing this wave, I'm going to be trying to get a farm advantage. And at this point in time, I was trying to run in front of him to heal and body block for the Caitlyn ult, but he ended up ulting both of us, so I'm like, oh no, that was bad. And now here I see, oh no, there are 2 people that can be Kate ulted. Okay, well I better get my heal ready. So, yeah, so then she's going for Lee Sin. I know that she wants to go for Lee Sin, so I'm just going to be freely auto-attacking her. I have the Safeguard shield, so I have extra Spell Vamp and Lifesteal, so I can just keep autoing her. She ends up burning a heal. Autos me, but I got the Headshot auto, which is going to deal a ton of damage. Yeah, fairly good amount of damage. I guess she doesn't have a lot of armor yet to pierce. But I see her running in. I see Lee's still there. She's running away from me, so I can auto her again as she's running away. Bard is staying way too far forward. Bard gets a nice binding, and I'll just keep farming. I heal, and then I ult, and then I auto. So at that point in time, Flash is the proper play. Obviously, proper positioning is better than using the Flash. But a kill like that, it's fine to burn the Flash in the early game like that. It's completely fine to do. Always burn summoners for early things like that, unless it's an ignite into a teleport top laner where you're the ignite top laner and you're using your Ignite and your Flash to kill a teleport laner in the first few minutes of the game where they can just teleport back in and get a farm advantage off of that. Don't do that, but in something like this, you can Flash for the kill. Just make sure you don't do it in a stupid way. So there's Kha'Zix. Lee Sin's running back in, Bard's running back in. That's really nice. I like that awareness. Most of the time you'll see lower skilled players just run away and then you'll end up dying, but I think Lee is Diamond and Bard I think is I think he's Gold, but he is probably smurfing. So here he runs down, I run up. That W made no sense. He's running away, and I'm just gonna go back to farming because Soraka's not in the lane. Caitlyn's dead. There's 3 of us. Kha'Zix has no mana, that's free farm for me. So I can also get a farm advantage onto that Caitlyn. And already I'm about 2/3 of a kill up on her. So I see Kha'Zix is trying to be cute, so I'm just going to run in. I know that he has no mana, I know that he used his W. There's nothing he can do to me. He used his leap. I can get in range and pressure him back of this farm. I get that. I have my headshot. Heimerdinger's missing right now. We just see him, so there's no threat for us. He gets the ping. I'm not sure who is pinging that. And again, what you do as Caitlyn is you wait to get a big wave under tower and then you poke them when they try to kill it. So this allows me to get a lot of free autos onto the Kha'Zix as I'm kind of weaving in and out of tower range. So I get the headshot, I get the next auto. He jumps in for some weird reason. He flashes, gets that. I get the auto, get the kill. So, and it's fine to do that. We burnt 2 flashes for 2 kills, but they're 2 big kills that they're not able to get a dragon off of. So we're not going to have to do a dragon fight soon, and we just basically get 2 kills from it. So that's perfectly fine to do. We get out for free. Now, at this point, there's really nothing that Soraka can do. Lee Sin hit 6. He has his ultimate. I'm ready. I'm trying to pace myself a little bit, just because, why not? But he kicks her forward. That's my cue to go in. I know that he's committed fully to this fight. I'm going to auto Q. Where's that Q? There's the Q. He gets the Q. We end up killing her. So this was 3 big kills that we should not have been able to get just because like they still, you know, they went in like that. Ah, that sucked. Okay, so I guess I'm going to end it there. But okay, that's really weird. Neat. Okay, so moral of that, we ended up snowballing off of that. I went 10-0-8 in the game, most farm in the game. I think I had like 2nd highest or most highest wards in the game or something like that. Basically, I ended up carrying with the Lee Sin and a couple insanely good Bard ultimates where he gets the tower and he doesn't get any of the enemy champions, so we just run in and kill a bunch of people. Ends up going really, really well. It was really cool. And yeah, just showing you that farm. Just farm as much as you can. Don't make a lot of mistakes, because when your jungler comes down to fight, I guess, you'll be in a good position to fight with him. And if your opponents mess up, like the Kha'Zix did, jumping in and then running forward again, all you have to do is make sure you're autoing him at a safe distance, and you'll kill him. And then Soraka, for whatever reason, tries to 1v1 the Lee Sin, where the Caitlyn's still near him. That's a big overplay. She gets kicked into the Caitlyn, and then you end up 2v1ing. And then you just capitalize on the Soraka's misposition, which is an aggressive overplay for trying to 1v1 Lee Sin early on in the game. So, yeah, hopefully that was entertaining a little bit. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you can learn something from that and apply it to your own games. And, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed it. Check out those links, and thanks for watching.